What is up, everyone? It's Mars here, bringing you guys the news in the flash. And well, it's that time again for all the greatest publishers of video games to come together. Companies like Sony, Microsoft, and Nintendo joined with their fans and journalists to show off what new adventures they have in store for us. I am, of course, talking about E3. So let's get right into it. We'll start things off with the EA. I'm only gonna go over EA, Microsoft, and Bethesda for this one. I'm going to make this like a two-parter, maybe even a three-parter, because Nintendo, I think, is on Wednesday, if I'm not mistaken. Yes. So we're just going to do EA, Microsoft, and Bethesda today. And we'll start things off with EA, who kicked off the press conference, giving us another look at BioWare's awesome new game, Destiny: Rise of Iron Man. I am, of course, talking about Anthem, which I'm not going to lie, this game is actually getting me pretty hyped up. I'm going to need to see more of it to really get an understanding of the gameplay and whether I'm going to enjoy it or not. But from what I'm seeing so far, it definitely looks beautiful, and the mechanics of it look very interesting. So to say that I'm not interested in learning more would be a complete lie, and I want to learn more. I want to know more about this game, and we got a release date for it. It's February 22nd. So if you guys want to check out the trailer for that, it'll be down below. Next up, we have, of course, Battlefield 5, who has confirmed that they are going to have a Battle Royale mode in their game, which I'm not very surprised about. This game actually seems to be more built to support a Battle Royale mode than, say, Call of Duty Black Ops 4. Also, they include a story mode and are ditching their premium pass model in support of cosmetic upgrades and free maps. And that is a definite plus. Once again, this game is set to be released on October 19th, and for those of you who pre-ordered Deluxe Edition, will have access to the game on October 16th. I'll include the new trailer down below just for you guys. EA revealed the Origins Access Primer, which is a new tier to their subscription service, Origins Access, and will be giving access to many more games in the EA or online library. Now, not a lot of details have been revealed about this so far, but there were a couple of titles that have been revealed, including a full access to EA's PC games, including FIFA 19, Madden NFL 19, The Sims 4, and Anthem. What's also interesting is that along with this announcement came the announcement of a new streaming service that should be coming soon. Now, no details for that were released, but I wouldn't be surprised if this is coming relatively soon, like sometime during the summer. I've been saying this for a while now, but streaming service is basically what's going to dominate the video game scene in the next couple of years. Basically, I think the next consoles are going to be focused heavily on that. And we're going to start moving away from actually purchasing games and more into this subscribing to streaming services, kind of like Netflix. It'll be interesting. I wonder if Steam will eventually just get on board with that altogether. But that's what they're working for. Moving on, Star Wars Battlefront 2 also made an appearance at the conference with basically a roadmap of content for the game. And even the developers even came out and admitted that the controversy of the start of their launch, which I would say that's a massive understatement, basically that controversy rocked the foundation of the gaming scene and almost changed things. It even launched an investigation. So it's kind of more than a rough start. It's kind of, hey, let's throw a freaking rock through every glass foundation we have and see what happens. With that being said, they have said that they remain committed to this title, and the next update coming for the game is going to be the Clone Wars. And that means we are getting several new heroes, villains, locations, all inspired from the Clone Wars setting. I cannot wait to see how much content they're actually going to bring from this, seeing as the Clone Wars were a massive factor in the Star Wars lore. It didn't just take place in a singular location, kind of like how the Galactic Civil War did. While it was spread out, we only really had this more linear view of where each battle took place. With the Clone Wars, it's a lot more expanded out. So they definitely have a lot of material to work with this one. And I really hope they take advantage of that. They haven't really given a release date on that yet, so we'll just have to wait. But I'm going to guess that it's going to be at some point during the summer. Next up, Respawn Entertainment, who is part of EA, has announced they are working on a Star Wars title, a new one called Jedi Fallen Order. Now, this title takes place between Revenge of the Sith and A New Hope, and you are going to assume the role of a Padawan during the dark times of the Galactic Empire, where the Jedi are being hunted to the brink of extinction. Hopefully this game doesn't get shut down and the company completely disbanded like what happened the last time with Visceral Games. That's it for EA for now. Let's move on to Microsoft. So right off the bat, Cyberpunk 2077. Okay, by CD Projekt Red. They got a brand new trailer. It's been the first trailer in 5 years, and it looks fantastically creepy and all amazing at the same time. I am seriously so excited for this game. I'm eager beyond belief for more details about it, especially a release date. But I gotta be patient. Because the developers have stated clearly it'll be done when it's done. Okay? And so I'm willing to wait for it. If this game is going to be, if they need that extra time to make this game as perfect as The Witcher 3 is, then I say by all means, take as much time as you need. As long as it doesn't immediately jump over to a next-gen console, in which case I'll be a little bit annoyed at that point. But still, if it's an awesome game, it's an awesome game, and they need that kind of time, take it. With Microsoft, we also got our first trailer for Fallout 76, but honestly, we're going to save that for Bethesda's reveal because I want to talk about that for a little bit. I'm not big into Xbox, seeing as I don't have one, so I'll just go over some of the other games that were revealed. Devil May Cry was revealed, and it's actually a sequel this time around rather than a reboot. The Division 2 was shown off with a new trailer and revealing the release date as March 15, 2019. Dying Light 2 was revealed, and it seems to be taking more of an emphasis on this branching narrative path rather than just having a more linear story and fetch quest. And this branching narrative path seems to be more affected by your choices. Forza Horizon 4 has been announced and is set to be released on October 2nd. Vroom vroom, I like waste college. Gears of War basically trolled the crap out of the audience. What they did is they basically showed off the Gears logo, and the crowd went wild. Like, they went insane. And then they revealed that it was going to be this new mobile game that blends Gears with funk pop figurines, and you just hear the crowd go dead silent. It was hilarious, you know. But then they followed it up with a tactical game called Gears Tactics, and then came the main franchise, Gears of War 5, you know. I mean, you gotta admit, they knew what they were doing when they did that. Anyways, moving on, Halo Infinite, which is the next Halo game in the series, was revealed. Just Cause 4 was revealed with a trailer that makes it look wilder than a tornado in a trailer park. Kingdom Hearts 3 revealed a new trailer that I'm going to admit, it probably should have been shown in either the Square Enix or PlayStation press conference. I don't really know why it was placed on Microsoft press conference. And that's not any offense to Microsoft. It's just that the fan base for that game just seems to be more geared on PlayStation than it is on Xbox. The fan base has been kind of waiting for a decade for a game, so it's built more towards that console than it is on Xbox. But I'm guessing that they're doing that to show that it is going to be spread out through the consoles and it's not going to be just exclusives for one. I just think it would have had more of an impact on the PlayStation press conference. It also revealed a couple of things, including Frozen is officially in the game. So that's pretty cool. If you guys want to check out the trailer for that, it'll be down below. We also got a new trailer for Metro Exodus and a release date for it for February 22nd. Battletoads are back. Yes, they're getting a new game, and I'm guessing that this is because GameStop has been begging developers to make one, so 4chan will stop calling them, asking them if they have copies of Battletoads. Next, we have The Awesome Adventures of Captain Spirit, which was revealed. What's interesting about this game is that it's a part of the Life is Strange universe, but it's not Life is Strange 2. It's actually setting up for Life is Strange 2. And it's going to be free to download on June 26th. That's when it's released. Now, people are probably going to ask me what my predictions on this game are, and it's pretty simple. I think this boy is Max Caulfield's son, straight up. The facial features that they share is strikingly familiar. And if there's one other thing that stood out for me, it's the fact that I think the father is actually Warren. So go back and watch that and tell me what you think. Look at the facial features between Max and Chris, and tell me what you think. Moving on, From Software, the developers behind Dark Souls, has announced their new game. And no, it's not Bloodborne 2. Curb Your You Are Dead, it hasn't been announced. No, but this game is actually called Sekiro Shadows Die Twice, or as I like to call it, the Soul Samurai of Shadows. And it's being published by Activision. I'm guessing, based off the gameplay that's been shown for it, it's still going to be retaining that signature From Software Souls feel, where death is just around the corner and a single sword swipe can just obliterate you. But those are the kind of games I love, and it looks like it's taking much heavier inspiration from feudal Japan and samurais than previous Souls games, so I dig it. I dig what I'm seeing, and it kind of reminds me of Nioh, or whatever the hell they came. Nioh? Is that what it is? Nioh? Yeah, I think that's what it is. And that reminds me, I want to try that game out at some point. Finally, we have Bethesda. Oh boy, Bethesda. And starting things off, we have Fallout 76, which turns out to be this survival game that is completely online. Yeah, I'm going to admit, I'm not excited about this. For one, they don't really give any ideas on how this game is going to work in terms of story or gameplay, or if it even has a story. Is this going to be like a traditional Fallout game where there is this main story with side quests that, allows us to explore the character developments between, factions and stuff like that? Or is this going to literally just be GTA Online Fallout Edition? Because based off what I've heard at the conference, it seems like any human players you meet in the game are actually real players. So does that mean that there's going to be absolutely no NPCs throughout this world? And if so, does that mean that there's going to be no character quests or storylines? CNET's going on about how Bethesda did an incredible job of describing the concept of this game, and I don't agree. It doesn't really. At the end of the day, I'm left scratching my head at what exactly they were trying to accomplish with this game. Because all I know so far from this is that this game is a softcore survival game, as they like to call it. The map is 4 times bigger than Fallout 4's map. That's nice. You can play with up to 3 other players. Okay, you can play solo. The world is always connected online. Other players can kill you? Yeah, wonderful. Alright, I'm going to go through the rest of the games that were announced real quick so that we can get this episode done and over with. The Elder Scrolls 6 has been officially announced. Honestly, I have no idea how far along they are in the development of this game, seeing as they only just showed off a teaser for it. And it could be a very good possibility that this will end up being a title on the next-gen consoles. Along with this, they also announced Elder Scrolls Blades, a mobile game. Yeah, thrilling. Wonderful. Anyways, the saving grace of this title is that it's free, so there's that. Trailers below for that if you guys want to check it out. Bethesda announced their first new franchise in over 20 years called Starfield. Not much is known about this game other than it's supposed to be the sci-fi action game set in space, supposedly on the scale of the Scrolls or Fallout games. Seeing as it's just being announced now with only a teaser, I wouldn't be surprised if this also ends up being a title on the next-gen console. We got an awesome new look at the gameplay for Rage 2, and I've got to say, it feels a hell of a lot like Doom combined with like Mad Max. It's crazy, and I'm actually interested in seeing what it's all about. And speaking of Doom, we got the announcement that they're working on a sequel for it called Doom Eternal. No gameplay was shown for it, but we did get a cinematic trailer. And finally, we got a new standalone game for the Wolfenstein game, which features the twin daughters of BJ Blazkowicz. And that game is called Wolfenstein Youngblood. And that's it for today, guys. Tomorrow I'm going to be bringing you the updates for Square Enix, Ubisoft, and Sony, so stay tuned for that. And I will see you guys on the next Wait a fucking minute. Okay, it's time for some things that suck. Shit, I thought this episode was done and over with, but then Call of Duty Black Ops 4 came knocking on my door and asked if I'd be interested in not only pre-ordering a copy of their new game, which, allow me to remind you guys, does not include a story mode, because they didn't bother making it in the 3 years of developing this game, instead opting for a Battle Royale mode to essentially make up for lost content and to cash in on a current fad. But now they're also saying I can also buy a $40 season pass with 5 zombie maps included, 4 exclusive Blackout characters, and get this, 12 multiplayer maps. Yes, in the age when season passes are finally coming to a bitter end, with even EA pushing away from this, Activision still thinks it's absolutely vital to include one of these in their games, after they've already gutted out the campaign of it. I mean, even Battlefield 5, with all the shit that I've given that game about women with robo-arms, it still has a story mode, a Battle Royale mode, a Conquest multiplayer, and a Grand Operations multiplayer. All while maintaining all of its new content will be included in free updates. That includes maps. I said straight up that if Black Ops 4 included some sort of season pass like this, that I wouldn't buy it. And straight up, I don't need it, so I'm not going to get it. I'm not going to buy this game. I would much rather play Battlefield 5 or continue playing World War II. Well, that's it for this episode, guys. Thank you all for joining me. If you liked it, feel free to leave a like, dislike if you didn't, subscribe if you want more, and I will see you all on the next one. Mars out. Time to go watch Sony's press conference.